Okay, with inequalities, we're going to use inverse operation to solve, same as we do equations. So we're trying to get a by itself. Opposite of plus 13 is minus 13. So 20 is greater than, equal to a. Now we just need to take our solution and graph it. And before we graph it on the number line, I'm going to flip this around, put the a on the left, but when I do I need to flip the sign around also. I'm going to do that just to make the graphing a little bit easier. So now we go to negative 20. Because of this line right here, that's meaning a can be less than or equal to, I'm going to put a closed circle on 20. Then the less than would be all the numbers smaller than 20, which on the number line would be to the left of 20. You may notice these arrows are pointing the same direction. That only works when you've got the variable on the left. Okay, again, we're going to use inverse operation to solve, so we divide by negative 17. Here's one thing that we need to remember with inequalities though. If you divide or multiply by a negative, and we're dividing by negative right here, you have to flip this sign. So it becomes negative 300, not negative 340. We need to actually divide that. Let's come over here and divide. 17 goes into 340. 17 will go into 34 2 times, so it'd be 20. And a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So 20, we flip this, it becomes a less than, because we divided by a negative. And then of course here the 17's cancel, so it's x. Now I'm going to flip it around again so that my variable is on the left. So 20 is less than x. That means x is greater than 20. Now, notice it's just greater than. We don't have the equal underneath. So that means we're going to do an open circle, because 20 is not part of our solution. It's just everything greater. And then greater is going to be to the right. Notice again, the arrows are going the same direction once you get the variable on the left. Okay, inverse operations to solve. Opposite of minus 1 is plus 1, so we add 1 to each side. Negative 4 is greater than or equal to a over negative 3. Now the opposite of division is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3, negative 3. Notice again, I'm multiplying by negative, which means I need to flip this. So negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. Flip that, it becomes less than. These cancel, and you have an a. And I'm going to flip it back around again so that the a, got to remember to flip the sign so that the a is on the left. So now a is greater than or equal to 12. Again, we've got the equal sign here also, so that means it's going to be a closed circle because 12 is part of our solution. And then a is greater than, which means it's going to go to the right. Once again, you can see the arrows match. Okay, last example. Again, we use inverse operation to solve. Add 1 to each side. So those cancel on both of them. You're just left with n over 10 is less than 0. Then we multiply by 10. We are multiplying, but it's not a negative, so we don't have to flip the sign. And it's still less than 0. And our variable is already on the left for us this time. There's no equal there, which means it's only going to be open circle. N's not part of your solution. It's less than, which is going to go left. And again, you'll notice that these arrows match.